is Too Little Too Late from behind, and Sebastian Marin, your first repeat top split winner of the qualifying series.
I knew it was just a matter of time when Hunter Sr. is victorious.
Josh Adams taking the win at Iowa.
Juicy Spider Motorsports takes home the 1-2-3 finish.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another presentation of the Mystic Racing League from a road course here in Alabama. It's Barber Motorsports Park. The KAYTEE IndyCar Series. One more race down in this schedule here for the KAYTEE Indy Grand Prix of Alabama. Should be a lot of fun on a racetrack that recently got an iRacing facelift. Fresh pavement. Same layout, flowy, fast racetrack, technical, but not nearly as treacherous as what we saw a few weeks ago at the streets of Chicago, where most of the field failed to finish. I don't imagine that will be a concern here this evening. Drivers already finished qualifying and just about to strap in their cars and get on the grid. The 16-car field's about to get underway. There you can see them start to populate. Let's see where your favorite driver will start the race tonight. Starting on pole, 7 Hawthorne in the 18. Matthias Ezekiel Marcamini is going to start in the 2nd position. Best starting spot for that driver all season. 3rd tonight, Luke Barnes in the 04. John Stellard will start in the 4th position. 5th tonight, off the rip, belongs to Noah Hubbard in the 4. Matthias Bernachez will start in the 6th position. 7th for Adam Holston, Zachary King to his outside, making up row number 4. In your top 10, looks like Seth Heyman and Steven Addison. Jonathan Giasheri will start in 11th tonight. Reggie Kime in the 12th position. 13th, off the start of this one, belonged to Christian Barnes, who did not take a time. Corey Kobe to his outside for row number 7. And final row on the grid, Brandon Willard, who may or may not take the racetrack tonight. And Devin Lyons starting in the 16th position. Drivers already making their way into turn number 1. Something we haven't seen yet this season, which we will see tonight, is a competition yellow at lap number 30, halfway, essentially cutting this race into 2 different parts. You have the pit road limiter. That is not something to worry about. 5 tire sets. You'll probably use 2 tonight, I would think. 1 on the car, then 1 more. 2 faster pairs in case things get a little bit hairy, which they very well may. And the fixed setup here in iRacing, as always. It also dawns on me that we didn't talk about who we are. Morgan Cook here, commentator and producer for V-Speed. Bring you action all night long and all season long over many other series here in the Mystic Racing League. You can catch us on Wednesdays for the Downtown Auto Sales Truck Series here from Mystic Racing League, as well as Fridays, Slim Chickens Cup Series, also here on V-Speed in Mystic. With all that out of the way, we work through that very tight corkscrew-esque section. See if we can get those qualifying times up on the board. Show you the spread. That is not what I anticipated. Apologies for that, folks. I was hoping to see their static qualifying times to show you just the gap between the field. The top 2 were within a couple seconds, then it started to fall off quite quickly throughout the rest of the field. There's a big group of cars, 6th to 11th or so on similar times. Then a bunch of drivers who failed to take a time here to get this one started. Either way, we race to lap 30, then we take a break, put some fuel in it, put some tires on it, likely. Then we do another 30. No points. This is not a stage. This is not a NASCAR-esque gimmick, if you will. This is simply an opportunity for drivers to catch back up a little bit so we avoid the potential of another leader winning on his own lap. But with all that being said, pace car is off and the field is in the hands of 7 Hawthorne, and we are gone and away here at Barber, and look at the gap already. Few drivers having issues to start. Guy Sherry did not start on the grid with everybody else. There goes Seth Heyman off in the dirt. Just a quick excursion. Devin Lyons already, that car heavily, heavily damaged. Something happened to this 24 right off the rip. Adam Holston had a crash. We'll catch that in a second. There's Lyons. Into turn 1. That thing didn't turn, and boom. Heavy, heavy hit there. Holston, I think, clipped the grass potentially. This is right in front of Heyman. We saw him go off track. Oh, he locked it up. Clipped the 47. I think that's the 4. Oh, it's Hubbard in the 4. Luke Barnes just had a moment as well. Reggie Kime. Yeah, Luke Barnes meatball flag. So something happened to the very fast 04 car. We'll catch back up to the live timing and scoring here in a moment, folks. Just as soon as we figure out what happened to Barnes. Oh, Heyman with a big crash as well. Oh, he just got loose on the straightaway. Oh, he hit that wall a ton. Big hit there for Luke Barnes. Seth Heyman with a problem. We're just going to keep following these until they stop happening, and then we'll get back to live timing and scoring, folks. Not missing anything up front. It's still Hawthorne over Marcamini. Stellard, King, and Barnes are top 5. Barnes has gained 8 spots by just not crashing. Big slide for the 30. Oh, in front of traffic. Saved it. I think that's it for drivers having issues on the opening lap. Let's get back to the live stuff. There we are. Stellard had a moment. Not anything to write home about, per se, as we work lap number 2. Just lost about 2.5 seconds based on the lap times that expecting him to run. Black flag for Hubbard. Not sure where that came from. Barnes has spun around all on his own. Look at all the gravel on the racetrack already. drivers using the edges of this course as optional, I would say. Yeah, just kind of missed the corner, hit that bump, and wow, good job by the 47 to stay off of him. Your top two separated by just under a second. Let's see if we can watch Marcamini try and chase down 7 Hawthorne. Also get a tour around this racetrack as the 47 now. Tyus Bernashez has gone around. Yeah, there he is, stopped on the racetrack. We'll catch up with your leaders in a moment. See what happened here. Did he just lose power? I think that car just stopped running. That is a new one. Yeah, I haven't seen that before. Car just stopped. Zachary King had a problem. So far, everybody's still in the race. King maybe just caught a bit of grat there. It is a little too much throttle, and good job locking that thing down without getting any contact. Oh, I think Holston maybe. Oh, Holston crashed again. Hey, lost the nose somewhere. So did Sherry behind him. I think maybe went into one of these corners and just didn't hook up properly. Off in the dirt there. Oh, the 8 really working that off track, getting the most for it. I think 98 decided enough was enough. Let's bring that thing down pit road. Now leaving the pit lane as Reggie Kime had a little bit of an off-track excursion. Just checking it out, seeing the sights and sounds. 7 Hawthorne continues to lead the way by just over 1.2 seconds on Marcamini. Then it is a staggering 10 seconds back to John Stellard. Another 8 back to Zachary King. 6 to Steven Addison. 4 to Corey Kobe. And then there's a group of cars right behind Mr. Kobe. See a lot of love for drivers in the chat as Kobe just had a bit of an issue. That corner, no harm, no foul. We'll be able to carry on as expected. Seen some love for Zachary King as always. To look at the old 5-1. Christian Barnes as well, who is already up to the 6th position, +7 after that little half spin. 7 Hawthorne, your current leader, also getting some love in the chat. I can't read the last one, unfortunately. I'm assuming that's for 7 as well, but Marcamini having a great day so far. It's right on board here. See what drivers are dealing with. All the way down to first gear in that corner. Winding straight away here to 4th, 5th gear. I don't think you touch 6th very often. This is that corkscrew area. Somebody had an issue in that corner. That's why we see all this dirt here. Lions with a meatball flag. To pedal it, to not overshoot the exit there. And very flowy racetrack. Lots of undulations. Elevation changes that are smooth. Not sharp and drastic like you see like Laguna Seca, for example. And then just calm left to right changes. That's part of your lap. We're going to go a full one here, start finish line. After that fast turn number 1, a little slower here for turn 2. Sweeper. Get the power down, get straight off the corner. There you go. Crest the top of the hill. See, Hawthorne gets a good drive off the corner. This is where we started the lap last time. corner that always crossed me up as a driver. I always thought that I wanted to be on the left side of the racetrack to enter that corner, but that's a left-handed corner. You would completely miss it if that was your intended line. As these two are putting on a show up front. Gap is growing like crazy right now. 13, now 14 seconds from Marcamini back to Stellard, who has, again, 8 seconds on King. This group back here, though, they're scrapping a little bit. You just saw Kobe up there with Heyman. Falling off a little bit now, but you can still see the cars in front of him. Oh, Barnes off track again. Not having a good start to this one for the 27. I don't see anything yet. It's headed down into 4, I believe. Just overshot it. Just simply too much speed into that corner. Thank goodness for the gravel trap, though. Kept him from hitting a wall or something worse. Reggie Kime had a problem, too. Just saw Kime go into that same corner. I think it's okay, though. Holston just had an issue. A lot of drivers kind of struggling right now with the racetrack. Not many hurt race cars, though, which is the good news. There's Holston. Should see him have a moment here in just a moment. Then we'll get back to your live shot. Addison just had an issue, too. And there goes Holston around, just a self-spin. Addison just crashed. Potentially got some help here. This would be from Heyman. If there's help offered, of course. Trying to diamond the exit. Lets Heyman by, and then just spins. Oh, is that Devin Lyons again? Oh my goodness. 2 drivers crashing that straightaway. Yikes. Closest battle on the racetrack at the moment. Sherry passing the very damaged Steven Addison. Now it's your leaders. Other side of the racetrack. Still battling about a second apart. Notice both drivers on the white tires. Setting up for the speed later. Put the reds on probably after the comp yellow, I would imagine. So we have a little bit of traffic here. Closest the battle's been all day. Oh, somebody's off the racetrack. That's on pit road. I think Steven Addison decided to bring it down. As I believe that is Bernachet. No, that is one of Hubbard or the 04. I think that is Hubbard. It is Hubbard. In the middle of this little sandwich. Lead ballooning back up to 8/10. Now dropping again precipitously. Somebody's off track. Sherry having a bit of an excursion. Wanting to play in the sand. Again, missing the nose-cone. Don't know where he's losing it. I've only seen 2 drivers today miss part of their front wing. Holston and Sherry 2 times. Was up over the hill, down into the very fast, hard brakings foreign. With no wing, it's going to be hard to turn that car and slow it down. Into the gravel trap. And back on the racetrack he goes. And there is another one. Collecting off tracks like their Pokemon cards. No pit road this time. Might want to rethink that a little bit later. Stellard now 21 seconds behind the second position. Who is the closest they've been all day. Hawthorne trying to get through traffic, having trouble doing so. Kime's going to lift to get out of the way. This battle ain't going nowhere. Heat being applied. What can Hawthorne do to try and defend this? Because Marcamini seems to have the speed today. Or at the very least, able to work through traffic better. Looks like Hawthorne now with clean tracks, able to stretch it out a little bit, maybe back to that 8/10 second area. As we're already over a sixth of the way through this one. Moving quickly. These lap times around that 1 minute 10 second number, which make for a pretty quick go at this rate. Working through the final set of corners. Yeah, lead has gotten back up to 3/4 of a second. Looks like Marcamini wins into the braking zones. But Hawthorne seems to win on the pedal out of the corners. Able to stretch that lead specifically right here. Down the straightaway. You can see the interval is getting a little bit bigger. As soon as he has to get on the pedal, see that lead grow substantially up 2/10. Now watch it into the next corner. It'll shrink again. It'll kind of accordion. There it goes down quite a bit. And now as soon as he accelerates, stretches back out. You're not going to get this pass done all in one lap. It's going to have to be by inches. We have an issue here. Reggie Kime and potentially Kasheri. Yeah, I think they hit each other. I think they played bumper tag and they both lost. In fact, it looks like that's what happened. Oh, Kime parks it in the braking zone. Kasheri, no idea what was coming. Try it on board. This will be a fun one, folks. Hold on to your lunch. Following behind Reggie Kime, who is way off the pace. Remember, Kasheri also missing the half the front nose, so not having the same braking power as normal. Yeah, Kime braking at the 200 board. I think everyone else is down at the 100 board. Yeah, I just sailed off into the back of them, and no shot that was going to work. Bernachez trying to get around Luke Barnes. Having an 8th place run after a minute on pit road. One faster pair burned. Both Kime and Kasheri are on pit road now. Willard did not take the grid. That's why it's showing him for the last 15 minutes on the pit lane. That's, of course, a very long pit stop and a little out of the realm of possibility here. Oh, Marcamini's there. It's 2/10. Pressure being applied. Down into 1. Slipped a little bit. And they work through that corner up over this crest. That green, black, and yellow shell car. He's there. Dives to the inside. Not quite going to get there. Oh, 7 missed the corner. Now on the exit, lead will balloon once again, a little over 3.5 tenths, and then maybe now we'll touch 4 into this corkscrew section. 77's been excellent through here. You can see the rotors glowing red, but cannot get up off the corner. Already approaching halfway to our scheduled break at lap number 30. Currently, top 7 on the lead lap, 8th on back, 1 lap down or more. Few drivers off the racetrack. I believe Kasheri has said enough is enough. Tired of losing half the nose at a time. Devin Lyons has left due to using both faster pairs. Those two, the only 2 out of the race. Willard, of course, not counting because he never actually started. Look at the gap, how close it is. 1 slip from this Toyota-inspired 18, and the dive is there. Crossover on the way, yes. 18 back to the point. Hawthorne, what a move. As they just worked around 7 to put them a lap down. This battling brings me back to Long Beach. And at times the street course in Chicago before all the carnage took place. Close battle up in the top couple. Stretches back up to 4/10. I think that was Marcamini's shot, at least for the moment. will have to regroup and plan how to get there again, because he had him, just overdrove the entry in the center, couldn't get it tidied up for the exit, and Hawthorne took the spot back in the strength, which is the exit of the corner for the 18. Downshift in the center of the corner, caught that on the camera. All these straightaways really help Marcamini be able to catch back up with the slipstream. But it's the slow corner exits where Hawthorne's able to extend that gap back. Really interesting chess match here. It's a to and fro battle. As they continue to leg it out over third spot. Just for comparison, let's have a look at the last lap time. So Hawthorne and Marcamini both right around that 111 flat number. Hawthorne a little bit better that last time due to, of course, that crossover move. Then Stellard and Barnes next fastest on the racetrack. Actually, Luke Barnes put together a stellar lap last time by. Might be one of the fastest of the day. But Stellard, King, Heyman, all seconds off the pace of your two leaders right now. Marcamini's got the peak. Very close. If you're wondering why we're not showing any of the battles on the racetrack, because there's nobody within 5 seconds of each other. This field got spread out fast. Oh, Luke Barnes, just talking about how fast he was. Problems for the 04. Meatball flight, this would be his second of the day. Can't tell if that car is already. No, there it is. Oh, it just snapped and backed into the wall. Yeah, that destroyed that tire. It's back to live. Is he spinning again? Oh, Marcamini off the racetrack, still going to get the lead away. What a move. Down into one. It's a fast kink. Advantage will go to Marcamini. Dive on the outside for Hawthorne. Can't stay there. Might try and get him on the exit. Won't have enough. Here, look at the run. Oh, my goodness. Into the grass for a moment. Down into the heartbreaking zone of 4. Not going to leave a lot of room on the inside. They will be even on exit. Oh, Hawthorne slipped the tires in the gravel. We'll have to regroup. Stellard had a problem. I believe Stellard just went off. Potentially Hawthorne now has to regroup. Let's go check and see if we can figure out what happened. Oh, King had a problem. Zachary King just crashed, I believe. I believe it actually was right there. Let's go back a full lap. Figure out what happened to the 51. So far, so good. Not missing much up front. Lead is closing back in, but not enough to worry about. Yeah, that's all it was right there. Just a little bit of a slip for King. I don't think anything more than that. Corey Kobe just hit pit road. Could be a scheduled stop. We'll check in on him in just a moment here. Let's see if King had a problem. No, I think King. Oh, there it is. There's a spin. Little half spin on the top of the crest. No big deal other than that. I think Kobe was scheduled stop. I don't think he had any damage. No fast repairs used. Quick stops. Yeah, just scheduled here on lap 17. Now 19. That's moving quickly. Marcamini leads. Hawthorne in second. Stellard, King, Heyman, your top 5. Christian Barnes, first driver 1 lap down in the 6th position. Bernashez 7th. Corey Kobe, Adam Holston, Luke Barnes, your top 10. Hubbard, Kai Madison, final drivers running. Gasheri, Lyons, and Willard are out of the race. Willard never did start the day. Hawthorne and Marcamini putting on a show. Yes, I would agree, Lillian did a good job not wrecking that car, Zachary King. On the top of the crest, just a little half slide, little park there for style points, but no damage done to that car, which is really the win that you're looking for in that situation. Still up in the top 5, too. King's had a stellar day today. Even with a issue or two, minor problems for the 51. Doing nice work as he uses all the racetrack. And Hawthorne, not quite enough to catch up to Marcamini. He's doing the same thing Marcamini did. He's stalking, keeping tabs within about 0.8 of a second here, but not close enough to pounce. Just trying to force a mistake. Going the wrong way doing so. I think Holston may have had a moment. It's hard to tell with the pace differential of some of these drivers. Very difficult to tell if they're having a bad lap. Oh, wow, he completely overbroke on that one, and that sent Luke Barnes off in the dirt. That was close. Let's go back on an onboard. Watch this. So Holston just slowed through that section. Barnes with a great run. Barnes is very fast, Luke Barnes is. Push to pass, engage. Looks he's already used over 140 seconds. And all of a sudden, there's a car stopped in front of him. Look at the hands. Great job with active hands. Able to not wreck that race car. That should have, could have, would have been a big incident if Barnes didn't have that quick reaction time. A lot of love for Zachary King in chat. It is a nice looking paint scheme. Sure is. Hawthorne's on pit road. First of our leaders to pit. Marcamini, Stellard, King, Heyman, and Christian Barnes have yet to bring it down the pit lane. I don't know if we'll see anybody pit here soon. Hawthorne put on the reds for a short stint to the comp yellow. Hawthorne is down and away also. Remember, must use both compounds in this race, both the whites and the reds. Oh, and off the racetrack for Hawthorne. That's not going to help the pit sequence. Just getting them warmed up, I'm sure. Just getting them nice and warmed up. The white tires, as we mentioned, on the road courses this season, the harder tire, they're a lot more durable. They are significantly slower, upwards of a second, possibly 2 seconds slower, but they last longer. These tires can last, obviously, for at least 20 laps, as we're seeing Marcamini do and others. The red tires, I would imagine, probably about 10 laps before the pace really evens out, and it's beneficial to be on the white tires. Appreciate that, Lillian. Some high praise from the chat. So drivers trying to determine what is the right time to put on the red tires versus if you started on the reds, what times do you put on the white tires? We saw Stellard at the start of this thing put the reds on. Now he's going to hit pit road here. I imagine we'll put whites on. And maybe just do a quick fuel-only stop at the... I don't know if you can make it on fuel. It's going to be difficult. I don't think you can make it on fuel the rest of the way. You'll probably want to put another set of reds on here. Get to the comp yellow, and then go put whites on to the end, maybe, and then reds at the very end. I'm not really sure. Oh, Marcamini stuck behind King. That is going to put a damper on the pit sequence for the 77. Remember, though, Hawthorne off track. Right out of pit road, that really put a damper on the 18. The gap is 20 seconds. There is Hawthorne into the final part of the racetrack. There is Marcamini into the pit box. Should have about 8 to 9 seconds of pitting here. Puts on the reds. There's 9.2 in the box. King's going to be right to the outside. That's not what they want to see. King actually got lapped during the pit sequence. Very interesting. And Hawthorne, for his troubles, 2.7 seconds behind. That is all because of that slip right there. They came off of pit road the first time around. Heyman has to pit still. So does Christian Barnes with the final two to complete the pit sequence. And now Hawthorne is back to within a second, I believe. The Marcamini got stuck behind Holston. And Heyman, I believe, on pit road, yes, the 30 will bring it on down. Barnes cannot be far behind. So, I mean, that tells me, oh, there's a spin behind him. Was that Hubbard? Luke Barnes again. Luke Barnes goes around. 7 Hawthorne. Oh, Marcamini's up off the racetrack. 77. Trying to find the fairway. He missed the whole thing. Back to 3 seconds behind Hawthorne. Likely the way that's going to stay based on the even tires until we get to the comp yellow here in about 5-6 laps. Stellard put white tires on, so he must be going for a bit of a long strategy here. Marcamini works around Holston. Now he's got Heyman in front of him. Heyman's going to give the inside up. Lay off the accelerator pedal a little bit as Reggie Kime trying to play a little whack-a-mole with the leader. Hawthorne easily shoots around and drives away. Now Kime time, going to try and put some laps together here. Zachary King just got passed. I don't know what happened to the 51. Something has gone awry. He's lost a ton of positions. Back on this in replay here. Remember, he pit in from 4th. Part of this, there it is. Another little half slide off the racetrack. That probably cost him 6 or 7 seconds. That's part of it. Part of it, too, is that a few drivers who had to pit, Christian Barnes and Bernachez pit on a much different cycle. Somehow Heyman squeaked ahead of him. Not sure how that happened. So I think he'll cycle back up to 5th. Yeah, tire problems, what I'm hearing from chat. We have inside reporter Lillian King. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. What I've noticed already from Hawthorne, from Marcamini, from King, is these red tires, these alternates, very difficult to reliably get to temperature once you pit and put new ones on. Easy to slide them, easy to slip them, easy to get them a little bit loose, a little bit hot. As Barnes hits pit road, that's Christian. As that should put the top 3 on the lead lap. I believe that is the leader right there. And it's only about 15 seconds until we see Stellard go a lap down. That's going to be the race, which I think Stellard will win in this case. In 4 laps, can you not lose 12 seconds? That's the question. I would expect you can not lose 12 seconds that amount of time, but some drivers are having trouble with that here tonight. There goes Barnes. King right in the rear view. And Corey Colby making a little bit of a push in the 8th spot. A few drivers having some tougher days, but still plugging along. Steven Addison in the 81. Last car running, 3 laps down. About 35 seconds behind Reggie Kime in the 12th spot. Holston 2 laps down. Only driver 2 laps down in 11th. Luke Barnes hanging on to a top 10 in the 04. He's 1 lap down. Oh, Noah Hubbard just had a problem. What happened to Luke Barnes' teammate, Noah Hubbard? Got a lot of curb there. Oh, this is where I thought the trouble spot was going to be, was right there. He didn't end up hitting anything. Oh, he missed the pit road entry. Oh, man. That hurts. Knocked the tire off of it. Meatball flag. Had to use it. Marcamini, don't look now. We got a battle for the lead. As we close in on that comp yellow in just 3 laps time. Well, under that now, 2 and a bit laps time. Can Marcamini make a little magic happen? Get 7 Hawthorne. Is Matthias Ezekiel Marcamini, is he the magic man? I don't know. We'll have to find out as they are catching up. Is that's Stellard? I am shocked at the pace of these top 2. I mean, they're 4 seconds faster than Stellard. And there is nothing that orange car can do about it. Oh, Hawthorne spins from the lead. Give that to Marcamini. Hawthorne spun on his own, lost the nose as well. Oh, that changes everything. If there was no comp yellow, Marcamini just sealed a victory. With the comp yellow, Hawthorne has a chance to get back in it. Stellard, if he can stay on the lead lap, will be the only other driver who has a shot, I believe. I don't know if we're doing wave rounds or not, as Barnes trying to work around Bernashez. That would be for a top 5 at the comp yellow. Closest battle on the racetrack right now is this one. Lead is ballooned to 5.5. Now make that 6 and growing seconds with Hawthorne having the damaged car. Does Barnes have anything in the tank to get around Bernashez? Three and a half tenths into the corkscrew section. Nothing doing. I believe end of lap 30, though, is going to be our not stage, sorry, competition yellow, our time to regroup. Barnes got the run. Great pass. Christian Barnes up to 5th position. Also, folks, make sure you clear your calendar for May 31st. Bit of a mystic doubleheader. Stellard may have had a problem. Stellard did have a problem. Lost 3rd. On May 31st, what is it you might ask? As we watch the orange number 5 of Stellard to see where he lost all his time. It's a doubleheader. The double. Big slide. Saved it. Yes, didn't hit anything. Great job by Stellard. We'll get this out eventually. It's the double. The 1,100-mile challenge. Indy 500 here for the Mystic Racing League. This series, the KAYTEE IndyCar series. And then after it, a little bit of a reprieve in between as we go to conclude the competition. Caution should start here in a second. There it is. Matthias Ezekiel Marcamini first across the line. We'll have the Coke 600, or whatever that race is called, in the Slim Chickens Cup series here for the Mystic Racing League. You're certainly going to be here for that one. I will be here for both races, calling them with. Not sure who's going to be with me for the KAYTEE IndyCar series. Should have Justin Prince around, potentially, for the Cup Series race. But either way, it will be a lot of fun. Challenges, there's extra potential wrinkles and prizes to be had. Definitely not going to want to miss that one. Should be a lot of fun. Well, there are 2 drivers in the lead lap, so that is 100% improvement for what we saw at Chicago after 30 laps. Marcamini going to end up crossing the line first. Hawthorne will be not too far behind. Heyman is a lap down in between them. First driver a lap down. Stellard a little ways back. Then it's Barnes. Christian Barnes in 5th. Bernashez in the 6th spot. King, after a not great pit sequence, will fall back to 7th. Kobe in 8th. Luke Barnes in 9th. Adam Holston rounds out your top 10 as we start to get drivers brought back together. The difficulty of this racetrack being that everyone gets spread apart so quickly. Marcamini's going to park it. There's the pace car. Marcamini will park it and get behind that pace machine. Next driver to catch up, I think, will be King. I imagine we'll see some drivers pit here also. I don't know if pit road is closed or not, but Bernachet is going to take advantage anyway. Might cycle him to the front. Or get a black flag. It's hard to say which one. Yeah, only one driver pit. It was the 47. Everyone else follows the leader. Because I don't think pit road's open yet, and I'm curious as to if it did get closed or not. I'll have to get official word. If race control's watching the broadcast, maybe they can fill me in on if there will be a penalty for Bernachez, who's now off and away. Does it matter in the grand scheme of things, being a lap down, last car, 1 lap down? Probably not. But unfair advantages are still unfair advantages. So that's something for race control to determine if that was in fact an advantage and 2 unfair. It's iRacing's road pace car. The Porsche is doing its job. Should see the floodgates open for the pit lane. Also not sure if we're waving drivers around or if we are doing any kind of free passes or anything like that. We're learning together, Race Chat. All 10 of you. Appreciate you all sticking around and watching this with us. Marcamini on pit road, Hawthorne right behind him. A lot of drivers are not pitting here, it seems. Yeah, Stellard stays out. Should get a lap back. I'm not sure if he was allowed to pit. That could be it as well. As we see a few, kind of a split decision. Holston comes down. I think that's Addison in the white car. Most stay on the racetrack, at least for now. Marcamini now off of the racetrack. Race control is trying to pass notes in class, but the notes are just gibberish. Oh, we are doing Lucky Dogs and waiver rounds. Okay. All right. It's happening, folks. It's happening. Now there are 8 on the lead lap. Unbelievable. Make it 9. Bernachez is going to get that spot as well. That one might be questionable. I'm not sure if that's going to stand or not. Either way, good for them. Drivers back on lead lap. Now, with this happening, we saw some drivers struggle with keeping the car on the racetrack, but pace was not a problem. Luke Barnes in particular. This driver is right on the edge, but has the third fastest lap of the day here today to 109.55. Marcamini and Hawthorne, the other 2 fast ones, of course. 109.28, 109.35. So not too far off the pace in that regard. Other drivers, Christian Barnes has been pretty quick in this one. Passed a lot of cars so far. The biggest mover of the race, +8. Kobe is +7. So those 2, I think, have something potentially for our leaders. Not 100% sure on that, but that is, we'll see. We'll see if that ends up being something to challenge Hawthorne and Marcamini. Now, at the very least, those 2 put on an excellent battle that whole time. Really only came down to Hawthorne having the mistake, losing the nose. That really is what separated the 2. The sequence went well, even when they both each had mistakes. It was a very exciting first into this race for those 2 in particular. Should start seeing wave around cars go here. Heyman going to be, I think, the first one to lead them away. No, he's behind the leader already. Should be Stellar then. Will make up his minute right now. Barnes, we got King, Kobe, Luke Barnes, and Bernashez are going to get those spots back. Get waved up around the pace car. Marcamini will inherit the point when it comes to the restart, which will be single file as always. Pretty much what you expect. Still drivers a lap down. Noah Hubbard is 1 lap behind the pace, even though he is a wave around. Holston is 2 laps behind the pace, not getting a wave around. Kime is also 2 laps behind the pace. Steven Addison, the last driver running, is 4 laps behind the pace. Still a chance to gain some spots should somebody have a bad time, which, from what we've seen so far, every driver in this field has at one point had a bad time. So no one is safe from the spins. No one's safe from the carnage. The good news is most drivers have not used a fast repair. Your entire top 7 are safe in that regard. No major damage to the cars that wasn't fixed on a quick pit stop. Holston, the other one, as well as Addison, who kept their cars clean. Barnes has already used 2 fast repairs. Bernashez has used 1. Hubbard's used both. Kime has used 1. Also of note, we are on track for possibly the fastest race of the IndyCar season, and I just lost everybody. That's not good. There we go. That was definitely a me problem, and I'm not really sure why. Apologies for that, everybody. Disappearing act. Poof. All the drivers disappear. Glad timing and scoring still works. That's the trouble when you have a connection issue like that. Sometimes you lose the data feed from iRacing, and all of a sudden you have no timing and scoring. It just disappears into the ether. But we are back. Everything is good, and I don't know if the field's going to catch up in time. Looks like they got there. Just barely. Pace car is in, and Marcamini, Seven Hawthorne, and Seth Heyman have the field ready to rumble here in Barber. Green flag is out, and we are a-racing. Whole field back together again. Should also see black flags cleared here in a moment. A lot of them still persisting from the wave around. There they go. And Hawthorne, oh, they spin. Marcamini's around. Another driver in the back. Was that Luke Barnes just went around? Zachary King with a meatball flag. Oh, my goodness. Carnage here at the restart of this one. We're right on board with King first. Oh, somebody. I don't know if that was a jump start. Oh, he got hit too. Oh, and he hit Addison. Oh, my goodness. What on earth? I don't know what happened with Luke Barnes. One more time here. From the halo. I don't know what happened here. If this was a miscue or what, but he got on the throttle and not everyone had started yet. And then just up and over King. A little pool ball action. He didn't get much damage from it, but a lot of carnage behind him. Yeah, that is super frustrating. Marcamini also back. There's the spin for him. I don't think he hit anything. Not hard anyway. Maybe a little kiss to that front nose. That will drop one of the fastest cars today all the way back to 6th as he works around Reggie Kime. Bernashez black flag. That will likely be for hitting during a closed pit. Yeah, so that's going to be a trouble spot for the 47, who is within touch of the leaders, but we'll have to make that pit stop. Not pit stop, sorry, pass-through penalty, the drive-through. which should relegate him, I would think, back to probably 8th behind Corey Kobe. Yeah, hate that for Zachary King. Was up in the top 5 for a lot of this race. At the bad pit stop, went back to 7th. Now sitting in 9th, last car in the lead lap. Oh, as there goes Adam Holston for a little how do you do in the dirt. I mean, King did nothing wrong, and that restart just got plowed over. Never like to see that. Long race left, though. Still a lot of laps. And if this section of the race is anything like the first section, there are opportunities to make mistakes. As Heyman showing a little bit of muscle. Trying to chase down 7 Hawthorne. He's within 6/10. His Stellard's still back to 5.5 seconds. I'm not sure what it is about the fire off of that 5. It is not stellar. That was not a play on words. That is just a descriptor. Hawthorne on the white tires, trying to make this. Oh, Hawthorne goes for a spin! The leader crashed on his own. Stellard is falling back as well. What is going on here? I don't know what is up with this VRL orange car, but falling back precipitously here. Bernachez makes the pit stop, or the drive-thru, I should say. Yeah, Stellar just simply giving the spots up. Gonna try and get it the safe way, if you will. Luke Barnes up to 4th now. Oh, there goes Christian Barnes. Contact with Luke Barnes. It's a Barnes-on-Barnes crime. And somehow Luke Barnes gets away from it okay, but Christian. Oh, that car is mangled. How is that not? There's the meatball flag. That thing is destroyed. Oh my goodness, whole side pod is gone. Now this one was a little interesting, because I think that Christian got loose up off the corner. See at the top of the hill here, just a bit of a wobble, and then came back in front of Luke. Really didn't. And that was obviously nothing intentional, but just a weird incident. And that car is worse for wear, I would say. Barnes falling back very, very quickly. So put Heyman to the lead, because Hawthorne lost 8 seconds with the spin. Put Luke Barnes, who's just involved in that accident, back to 3rd. Stellard falls back to 4th, but gains some spots due to that crash. Mark Amini, who spun from the lead, is back to 5th. Kobe, minding his business, is in 6th. Bernachez finishes the penalty. He's in 7th. Barnes back to 8th, who is still limping this very damaged car, now onto pit road. Zachary King goes for a bit of a drift. He is in 9th. Maybe pushing a little too hard now, trying to make it back up. Hubbard is 10th a lap down. He's up with the leaders. And Kime is 2 laps down. Last car running. Holston has decided that he has had enough of Barber. Probably would like to go do something else. Maybe there's a short track around. I'm not sure. Maybe he wants to go visit Alabama's most famous racetrack, which of course would be Talladega. I don't know. Maybe. The interesting thing about this race that I want to point out, there are 2 drivers in this league that I know of who are Alabama natives. Neither of those drivers chose to race at Barber today. The Alabama track, the only Alabama track on this season's schedule. Interesting. It's like the opposite of home field advantage. Caleb Hunt, Jaden Walker for those, the bingo card at home. Oh, Luke Barnes with a problem. Spins off into 4. For the 04, I should say. Possibly crossed up by the teammate? Is that what happened here? These 2 identical paint schemes. Yeah, he went to go for the pass and just overdrove it. caught the dirt and slooped it around. Just a time loss. Stellard gets around. Marcamini's going to get around as well. But no damage to the 04. And there's Marcamini just trying to make his way back. Stellard, the next victim, so to speak. Should be able to get that spot with ease. And it is 12 seconds between Marcamini and Heyman. Heyman has turned it on recently, running under 111s. Barnes on pit road now. That's Luke. As Marcamini should be getting the pass out on Stellard here into 4. Yes, complete. Hugs the curb, gets the job done. Moves on. Heyman works through the S section. Got Christian Barnes lap down behind him. Then at 7 Hawthorne. That would be essentially the battle for the lead. Barnes mowing the lawn. Usually you pay for that kind of service, but here today, Christian Barnes doing it for free. Hawthorne clears the lapped 27 machine. As we get all the wide shots here of the beautiful racetrack. Luke Barnes, meatball flag. What happened? He was just on pit road. Did he crash exiting pit road? He did. Luke Barnes backs it into the wall, and that is the end of the fast repairs for the 04. Oh my goodness. Tell you what, Lillian, you might have a crystal ball. I'm a little scared to say anything now. Yeah, Luke Barnes disconnected from the session. He is done for the day. Reggie Kime will very quickly pass Luke Barnes here in the next few minutes to take over 10th. There will be 10 cars left running should Reggie Kime continue, which he should. That's a scheduled stop right now for the 9, if you're curious. Heyman leads by 2 and dwindling seconds. His last lap, half a second slower than Hawthorne. Fastest car on the racetrack was Marcamini, who was about 0.4 faster than Hawthorne. That gap, though, is up to 11 seconds. That's going to be difficult to chop down. Christian Barnes out here running some pretty quick laps as well in the 111 bracket. That would put him 5th fastest, so he has room to gain based on his current speed. Corey Kobe on pit road. That should cycle things around here. Remember, he took a wave around, stayed out a little bit longer. As did Stellard, as did Heyman, and many other drivers in the field who wanted the lap back versus the fresh tires, which is the right call here. As we are rapidly approaching the final quarter of this race. And I should add, we have only been racing for about an hour, so very, very impressive. The speed in which these drivers were able to lap around this racetrack. Just under 2.5 miles, able to get around here in about a minute and 10, 11, or 11 seconds. That is moving. That is getting it, to say the least. Zachary King continues to plug away after the incident he had with Luke Barnes. Up to 7th now. Corey Kobe is not that far in front either. That gold car, that is the next car in line for King. And that is one of the closest battles on the racetrack. The closest one is for the lead. Hawthorne closing in on Heyman, as we expected, anticipated. But King is closing faster. Oh, wow, it is not anymore, as I think Heyman just had a crash, actually. Oh, Heyman pits here. I just saw that timer drop drastically. That'll get Heyman back to second, probably third here once Marcamini gets by him. Hawthorne retakes the lead by a large margin, make that something like 13 seconds. Now 14. Oh, Marcamini just crashed. Oh my goodness, he just gift wrapped it for the 18. With a little bow under the Christmas tree. Oh my goodness, Marcamini, what happened? Clipped the grass on the exit of the final corner, nosed into the wall, ripped the nose cone off. Oh man. I hate it for Matthias Ezekiel Marcamini. I mean, this guy has been fast pretty much everywhere we've went. Think back to Iowa. Was in position to win the race and crashed with 2 laps to go unforced. Here, slowly but surely catching Seven Hawthorne, who has been prone to making mistakes this season and in this race. Seen him spin once or twice. Marcamini just says, yeah, doesn't matter. Going wherever we need to go. And Marcamini, while catching, unforced error, spins off the corner, knocks the nose piece all the way off. I do not think Race Control is going to like the corner cutting either. Now, granted, is he gaining anything from it? Not really. But I imagine that'll be looked at in post-race anyway. Heyman's going to get around him for 4th after the pit stop. But either way, this raises an interesting question, I should add. The longest we've seen somebody go on fuel was 28 laps, 27, 28 laps. For Hawthorne, right on the edge of that number, given that we have about 15 to go, a little less than, and we're already 13 into the stint for him. Can he make it to the end on fuel? Do we have to do a short pit to get there? Delward was going to have to pit regardless. That is not a question, because he was a wave around. Now, the other driver to note is Bernashez. Bernashez can make it to the end. Only 20 seconds back of Hawthorne. Could the French-Canadian steal the win potentially? This race is not over, folks. I thought it was. I thought that the issue with Marcamini was going to gift wrap it for Hawthorne. It's not over. Lap times similar for 1 and 2. The question is, can Hawthorne make it on fuel? I think so. But there's just enough doubt that it should fuel the 47's drive to the line. We saw Stellward pit. There is that orange car. Heyman will take over the 3rd spot. Marcamini with the car repaired, back to 5th. Kobe still in 6th. King caught Kobe and then lost him again. That's 7th. Barnes is 8th, still 1 lap down, trying to get the lap back. That is Hawthorne right in front of him. Hubbard still a lap down in 9th, and Reggie Kime is 3 laps down in 10th. Luke Barnes, Adam Holston, Steven Addison, Jonathan Gutierrez, and Devin Lyons have retired from the session. Brandon Willard never started the session. Oh, Matthias Burnish is on pit road. The red tires must have gave up. Well, I think that does gift wrap the win for Seven Hawthorne then. There's really not much more. Unless Heyman doesn't pit again, it's close. I mean, the time on pit road from starting pit road to doing your about 9-second service to leaving pit road is roughly 30 seconds. The gap from Hawthorne to Heyman is 26 seconds, so it doesn't leave a lot of wiggle room. As we are Hawthorne is way off the pace here. He's on pit road. This is it. And don't speed, too. That would be a disaster. I imagine Hawthorne's got to be putting on the reds here. Or the speed, so to speak. As Barnes is now working around King. This is a battle between friends, both on the reds. We'll catch up with that lead battle in a minute here once Hawthorne comes off pit road. Just now, Heyman is in the shot. I don't even think Heyman's going to get off pit. No, Heyman did not get off pit road first. Hawthorne has the lead. Remember, had problems on the outlap for the 18 the first time he pit. As Barnes has worked around Zachary King, that is for 7th position. And now King back by Barnes, and they are just cross each other over. Oh, Barnes with a great cut through the apex there. Oh, King bottomed out on that curve. That was interesting. Now King way to the inside. Barnes going to fly it on the outside. King, I think, got crossed up in that section. Heyman is not giving it up to Hawthorne. 12 laps to go, just under. Off track a little bit for the 30. No harm, no foul. King is falling back very quickly here. Not sure what's going on with the 51. Just lost a good 2 seconds to Barnes in the first half of this lap. Heyman falls back to a just under 0.7 of a second. On the older reds, I don't like his chances against Hawthorne. Zachary King, meatball flag. I don't know if it was from the floor damage from when he bottomed out. I don't think he hit anything. It's got to be floor damage, right? Like, that car looks pristine from the outside. Mark Amini on pit road for the final time today. 10 laps to go, 11 laps to go, I should say, for him. Heartbreaker for King. Had a great day going. Obviously, issue with Barnes, put him behind the 8 ball. Another battle with a different Barnes inadvertently sparked some floor damage. Matthias Ezekiel Marcamini has decided to retire from the race. Was up in the top 10, top 5 even. Marcamini says that's enough for today. Will fall back likely to 10th. As Hawthorne leads by 3.5 seconds over Seth Heyman, the tires have just simply given up on the 30. I imagine he'll have to pit. Oh, blew a tire out. Okay, that is not what I expected. So Zachary King, meatball flag for a blown tire. Interesting. I didn't think he was on those tires for that long. I guess the reds really do degrade quickly. Whole field now is on the red tires. Every single driver on the racetrack is on the alternates. As King overdrives the tight corner there. Kime gets around, and that is Bernachez as well in 3rd. That puts King a lap down. Now, Hubbard is the first driver a lap down in 7th. Christian Barnes is in 6th, rebounding after a couple spins early. Corey Kobe has had, I think, the quietest night tonight. This driver, as well as John Stellard, maybe the only two to not have a problem this evening. Just slow and steady, getting through it, grinding. Zachary King, another problem. Oh, that tire is more than blown. Oh, no. Oh, got unsettled. Oh, man, that is... Yeah, that sucks. Let's go back and watch it from the halo view here. I think we're going to see what every driver gets very upset about. So we're going to have Kime get by him here. So does Bernachez. So they're going to go 2 wide here. And look at the difference in the braking zones. I mean, I have no idea what Kime is doing and why he is 200 meters earlier on the brakes than everybody else. I mean, it's a moving chicane. It's an absolute hazard. And it just took another victim here. Noah Hubbard with a problem as well. We're going to see that one shortly. I really feel for drivers who have to share the track with someone who just has no idea where their car is at any given moment. There goes Hubbard into the wall. That is going to take the nose off. That's 2 meatball flags in the last lap. I think Stellard maybe had a problem, but is just rolling. Yeah, that's going to take out Zachary King. That's going to take out Noah Hubbard. Both those drivers have already used both fast repairs, so that'll be drivers 7 and 8 out of the race. Bernachez looks like they will be able to, as long as keep it on the racetrack, be able to maintain a podium position. That would be their 2nd of the season. Interviewed them once. I don't remember what track it was after. Auto Club, potentially? Maybe someone in the chat can remind me where it was, but I think it was Auto Club. Oh, possibly could have been Texas, actually. I think it was Texas, where we interviewed the 47. Heyman has spent a lot of time up front in these races, especially, I think, back to Iowa, where this driver led a bunch of laps. But every time he got the lead, he had a problem. Car would wobble out, usually into turn 1, possibly out of turn 3, or into turn 3, I should say, and he'd lose a lead. Did not end up winning that race, but had a very, very fast car. Oh, we got a battle here for 5th. Barnes, Kobe. Looks like Barnes just got around the 86th. About 2 seconds, the lap delta between those two. I don't know if Kobe's got it in him to catch back up to Barnes here. Just the tire starting to fade on the 86. I think Barnes really saved the tires well. He's on 4-lap older rubber, but he's putting down some of the fastest laps on the racetrack right now. Bernachez is faster and Hawthorne's faster, but that's it as far as the 9 who are still on the track. Well, folks, this is stretch time, I would say. Closest battle on the racetrack is Barnes to Stellard, and that is 9 seconds. So unless one of these top 5 have some sort of catastrophic failure, they leave the racetrack, their wheel disconnects, the sim implodes, whatever the case is, that is more than likely going to be your final finishing order. Now, again, it's not over yet. 5 laps to go. But it's looking pretty good that these 5 will be the 5 to cross the line first. Corey Kobe has a shot at getting that 5th spot. Again, should something happen to Barnes, that gap has now ballooned in the last lap and a half to 2, now 3 seconds. Time is 3 laps down. Hubbard 4 down on pit road. King 5 down. Those 2 are out of the race. They will join Marcamini, Barnes, Luke Barnes, that is, Holston, Addison, Gasheri, and Lyons as the drivers to retire already again. Willard joined the session as a driver. Wasn't sure if he wanted to drive and said race controlled. Nothing wrong with that. Although pretty clean and easy day for Brandon Willard up there. Just clearing the black flags from the chews, and that's about it. I think Heyman just had a spin. I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about that. Older tires as well for Heyman. 11 laps on him versus 8 for the drivers around him. Through the corkscrew-esque section on the pedal. A little half slide. Thought I saw the smoke. Nothing really hurt the car, just a little time given up, but still got 11 seconds back to Bernachez, and 17 up the road to Hawthorne. So it's not detrimental, I would say, to his day to have that little slide. 4 laps left. Also should note, Hawthorne and Heyman are in the same voice chat right now, so working together for Bad Badger Racing. That is good for them. They might go a little Bad Badger 1-2 here, should things hold on. I'm still so impressed with John Stellar. Just a nice, solid day for the 4. No fast repairs used to this point. Very little to talk about. I mean, he had a moment where he gave a couple spots up, just being cautious, but that's really it. Other than that, very far out of the spotlight, just steady. In 4th for the 5, right where he started. Nice, quiet day. In probably the brightest car here, to be honest with you. Corey Kobe, another pretty bright one, the gold machine. The 86. Last car on the lead lap in the 6th spot. Another just really solid day as Hawthorne might try and put the top 6, or might try and put 6, I should say, a lap down as Hawthorne's next driver in the frame. You can see just over the hill, that is Corey Kobe. Let's ride on board for a lap with Hawthorne. Let's see how hard the 18's pushing. Fast lap opportunities are already out the window, so there's no reason to really push. It's just run lap times here. Over the crest. I feel like I'm playing the Colin McRae rally games at this point. Dirt games, Richard Burns rally, when they have the co-driver who says, 6 left over crest, don't cut, etc., etc. Trying to explain a racetrack like this with so many corners that all undulate and twist and turn and left, right, up, down, up, down. Kind of a fun little experiment to go through and give those sort of number grading systems, I should say, to these corners, as Hawthorne will likely lap Corey Kobe while they pick up the white flag. It's one more time around for 7 Hawthorne, who has led 37 of the 59 completed laps today. Will likely get around Kobe next time they get to a straightaway, which should be right here. Kobe's probably going to give that spot up. Yes, there goes Kobe. 18 will go on by. Still nobody near anybody else. Hawthorne with an 18, almost 19-second gap back to Seth Heyman. Heyman with a cool 14 seconds over Matthias Bernachez. They will be your top 3 should they make it back to the line. Stellard 17 seconds back in the 4th spot. Barnes another 9 back from him. Will finish in 5th again. So we get to the line. Corey Kobe's went a lap down. Kime, the last car running, in 7th. Something odd that I've noticed, I believe after every road course race this season, we have finished exactly 7 cars, but Hawthorne is going to be the one to get the job done today. 7 Hawthorne will win in Barber. Yeah, you earned it. Go burn it down. Another excellent day for 7 Hawthorne. A few drivers yet to finish the race, waiting on Bernachez, Stellard, Barnes, and Kime to cross the line. There goes Bernachez. Should see Stellard here shortly. Then we can interview or do your results, interview your top 3, and get you all on your merry way. There goes Stellar. Barnes should be next. Reggie Kime. There's Kime. There's Barnes. Results unofficial. Of course, the 7 Hawthorne does his celebration. Let's have a look at your results. Hawthorne going to get the job done here. He will win. Seth Heyman in second by almost 20 seconds. Bernashez in the 3rd spot. We'll talk to them in just a few minutes. Stellar in 4th, solid day for him. Christian Barnes in 5th, last driver on the lead lap. Rory Covey is going to finish in the 6th spot with Reggie Kime in 7th. Noah Hubbard did not finish, but will finish in 8th. Mark Amini, 9th. Zachary King in the 10th spot. Luke Barnes will finish 11th. Adam Holston in the 12th position. Addison in 13th. Gasheri, early end of his day, will finish in 14th. Lyons completed 3 laps and will finish in 15th spot. Willard completed 0 laps and will finish in 16th. That is a look at your finishing order today. Now we're just waiting on drivers to be interviewed. I suppose I could go grab them, hey? Let's go start off with your race winner, 7 Hawthorne. Hey, 7, it's Morgan up in the booth. Keep burning it down. You got a copy?
I got you loud and clear, Morgan.
All right. Well, let's just light those rear tires up for me one more time here. Let's celebrate in style. You put on a good one here. 39 laps led. Solid day. Almost 2/3 of this race belonged to you. But it wasn't always smooth sailing. A couple times off the racetrack, a couple times off in the gravel trap. I mean, just kind of talk me through this one. It looked like it was fun, but a little bit treacherous out there.
Yeah, this race was, oh man, it was chaotic. I felt pretty good when we sound the pole. I knew we had a good car, and I just had to execute. And I threw it away almost 2 times, but I was fortunate enough to be able to still be in the fight and capitalize off of the 77's mistake. So had a blast racing him. It was really fun up at the front, and I'm just really happy to finally be on top in one of these at the end and get a win here.
Yeah, you've been fast a lot on all the road courses really this season. And ovals too, for that matter. You've been a threat in the top 5 basically every week, but there's always something that gets you. Whether it's, I think it was turn 11 at Chicago was your nemesis a few weeks ago. I don't remember what happened at Long Beach. I think there was an incident somewhere in there as well. But here tonight,
I locked up.
yeah, whatever it was here. I thought that undoing was going to be off of pit road the first time around. You put the reds on. You went through, I don't think it was turn 3, and all of a sudden, car didn't stick. You're off in the dirt spinning. How treacherous were the reds as soon as you got left pit road when they were cold?
It was crazy. I mean, I knew they were going to be cold off of pit road, but I thought I was going to have a little more grip.
Right.
Especially with how much grip the blacks had when they were cold, but the reds were just. It was like driving on cookie sheets out there. It just
That's a new
it didn't
one.
grip at all, and yeah, I kind of said to myself, I said, "Wow, you threw this one away." Once I went off track there, but I stayed in it and got that ran hard until we got the comp caution that came out, and I knew that at the end we was going to go on the reds again, so it was a pretty good learning experience to see what the reds felt like early in the race. So
Right.
after that, I knew we would have. Well, I knew me and the 77 would be on the same strategy, and when unfortunately he spun, I kind of just backed it down a little bit,
Right.
and I made a mistake hitting the curb going into that one left-hander and kept it out of the wall, and we just was able to kind of cruise on home there and get ourselves a win.
Yeah, scary moments at the end when that car was spinning off in the grass while you were leading, I should say. But I mean, strategy worked out for you. Fast car was the best strategy tonight. You had the second fastest lap of the day. I believe the fastest one went to Mark Amini at a 109 flat, 003. You ran a 34.9. So really fantastic day for you from a speed perspective. You started on the pole, led the most laps, won the race. I mean, who do you want to thank? Who do you want to shout out for just a really, really solid day here in Barbara, your first mark of the season?
Well, I just want to thank my team for trusting me and putting me in this car. I want to thank my family and friends for watching. Broke through, I got that win, so that feels really good. And just want to thank the broadcast team. Sure, it was a great broadcast. I'm gonna love to watch this one back and just this one. And we came in a points leader, and we'll leave extending the lead a little more as we go to the Indy Road Course, and we'll have the Indy 500 later in this month of May. So very happy to be building a bit of a gap going into those two.
Yeah, for sure. Stay tuned, everyone at home, for that May 31st Indy 500. You're not going to want to miss that doubleheader right here on VSP. Thank you, Seven, for the time. Congratulations on the win, and thanks for visiting Sofa News Victory Lane here for the first time this season.
Thank you, Morgan. I appreciate it.
You bet. Now we're going to go chat with second spot here. That would be Seth Heyman. Seth, Morgan up in the booth. You got a copy.
We got a copy.
Second position here today. And it was, I would say, at times an unlikely second. I don't believe you were the second fastest car today. I think you can probably attest to that. But no fast repairs used and very few incidents. I don't really even recall any times this 30 car was spun around. Was the name of the game today just keep it on the black stuff and don't venture off into the dirt? Or was it were you trying to have the speed to go contend with your teammate today?
A little bit of both. I'm going into this again with no practice, another week of that, and just did not know the track at all. Haven't raced here, and so just tried to keep it on track in the first half. That second half we were trying to push. Definitely, I felt like I was the fastest in the second half of the track, but just so slow in the first half there.
It ended up the rest of the race. I mean, you found a lot of speed near the end of the race. I don't want to be harsh, but you were struggling a little bit at the start. You mentioned no practice, having to learn it on the fly. You really figured it out the later that we ran in this race, and you were able to knock down some 11s, some maybe high 10s in terms of lap times. Where was it that you found speed throughout this race that you felt more comfortable?
Once I found out I was a little bit faster in the second half of the track, I just tried to push myself in that part. I could never figure out that hairpin in the first half. That I felt so slow there, just couldn't do anything.
Well, either way, it all worked out for you, Seth. Today, going to finish in the second spot. Led 7 laps, had a lap down in the 9, so definitely a quick car at times today. And what are you looking forward to for Indy next time out, the Indy Road Course? Is that a track we should expect another podium from Seth Heyman?
Well, I can hope so, but not sure about that one.
Gotcha. Well, best of luck either way. Who do you want to thank? Who do you want to shout out for a solid second place here in Alabama at Barber Motorsports Park?
I'd like to thank my sponsor, Dubby, and my teammate, Seven, for helping get a 1-2 here at Barber.
Yeah, 1-2 for Bad Badger Racing. Congratulations on that as well. And Seth, we'll see you next time right here on V-Speed. That will leave one driver left, and that driver is Matthias Bernichez. Bernie, Morgan up in the booth, you got a copy.
Yeah, I got you.
Well, today was a roller coaster, I would say. Right off the rip, I think you got caught up in an accident or two, fell back to the field fairly quickly, and then had to just be on the march back up into the field. Had the speeding, or not speeding penalty, sorry. I believe it was pitting too soon was the penalty given to you. Pit road wasn't
No,
open.
it was when they put the caution on lap 30, I was low on fuel, so I have to
Right.
box.
Right.
So during the pit close. So when I went back, did my wave around, then the iRacing was telling me to drop to the end,
Right.
and also Brandon put me that, so I dropped to the end. Then for going into the pits for a close entry, they give me a drive-through penalty. Then went back on, and yeah.
Right.
It was a cool race, man. By the way.
It was cool.
Yeah, it was cool because when you wreck on the first lap, you don't know where you're gonna finish.
Right.
So being at the drop of the foul and then go back from the top three, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and you were by no means slow today. You had a lot of speed. in that 47, you're able to make some quality passes throughout the field. And more importantly, after that lap 1 incident, and of course, excluding the penalty, you were pretty clean in this one, able to keep it on the racetrack and not really get mixed up in too many shenanigans. I mean, what was the focus? That's the same thing to Seth. Was the focus raw pace, or was the focus just keep it on the black stuff and don't crash the car?
Keep it on the black stuff, just have a good mindset during the whole race. It's 60 lap, it's pretty long, so to be focused every lap on track. That's what we did tonight. We managed with the strategy to went back on P3 before the caution, with was battling with John, I think. So went back P3, and then yeah, that's what happened. We were low on fuel, and I don't know what the guys are talking about. I think I served all my penalty, but they're gonna. I have no judgment on that.
Yeah, I guess we'll get that sorted out here in post. But I mean, either way, solid day for you working through the field, finishing in third after this one, and yeah, just all in all, pretty solid day for you. What can we expect from the Indy Road Course? Is that a track you're familiar with, track that you are excited to run at, and how do you think you're going to run there?
Yeah, it's a pretty cool track, on the it's not on the oval, it's on the road course.
Right.
So I love it. It's a fast track. We are able to pass a lot of car on that track. So we'll see. I think I got the pace to run at the front, and yeah.
Awesome. Well, best of luck to you there. While we got you up here, we take the last few moments here of this interview. Who do you want to thank, and who do you want to shout out for a solid day here, rebounding at Barber?
Yeah, first of all, I just want to say thank you to my spotter tonight, Mikael Shanai, that's been with me since the first race. And also tonight, and I'm in a new sim rig that Remorquage Boissonneau. It's a towing company in Quebec. They are the best, and they passed me their sim tonight. It's really cool with all the dampers and stuff. So just want to say a big thank you to Jean Boissonneau for that.
Awesome. That sounds like a fantastic sponsor. So good on you, sponsor, for helping us out there. And well, Matthias, congratulations on P3, and we'll catch you next time out at the Indy Road Course.
All right. Thank you, Morgan.
You bet. Thanks for your time. And that is going to do it once again for us here for the KAYTEE IndyCar Series, the Mystic Racing League. Well, it had its moments, and it had its moments that were difficult, I would say. But all in all, the Mystic Racing League put on another excellent show here in the KAYTEE IndyCar Series. This time from Barber Motorsports Park for the Grand Prix of Alabama, presented by KAYTEE. If you enjoyed what you saw today, or heck, even if you didn't, make sure you give us an opportunity to like the video, subscribe to the channel, so you don't miss a moment of the racing action we have for you here in the future, including all of the Mystic Racing League events, starting next week, of course, because they're off this week. But still, check us out here. I've been Morgan Cook, and for everyone else at V-Speed makes this thing possible, I want to thank you, commentator, producer tonight. We'll catch you next time right here on V-Speed.